my friends today. Welcome to René Paris. I am Daniella, the educator. Want to say thank you. Again, super excited to be with you this Monday. And I want to thank everyone for all the well wishes. I know everyone has questions, but I will do that on my personal Instagram. But I do want to say thank you. And I do have a few questions that I do want to answer that are wig related. I have 4 weeks of questions, but I want to address 4 of the really important. I think they're really, really important, and I get the same questions all the time, so I definitely want to respond to those, please. And then I have wig maintenance today, lifespan, and then I actually had someone that wanted to know how I pack my wigs for travel, so I'm going to show you exactly what I do. A lot of you may not put boots in there, but you know, I have to layer things. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. Again, welcome to René Paris. Today we are talking wig maintenance. I'm going to start off with just a few questions. My first one being, I have trouble putting my glasses on when I'm wearing my wig. Okay, so I'm going to show you. In every wig, they're kind of hard to see, but in every wig there's a little ear tab. This is the outer perimeter of the wig. This is the little ear tab here, so it's in this area. And if you take that, there's a tiny piece of flexible wire. So when you put it on, those are to help secure the wig, but when you put it on, first of all, you want to make sure they're in this general area. I like to call them temple tabs or ear tabs, and they have that little wire in them. So I take them, and it's kind of hard to show this, but I'm doing this to the ear tab. Instead of it being straight like this, I'm taking just a little bit of just light pressure from my fingers, and I'm cupping them. I know that's kind of hard to show, but I'm just cupping them underneath there, so that when you put your eyewear on, you should not have any fuss. They should just go on like this. They should just go on. I mean, it might take you just a couple times to try, just to see what's perfect for you, but the ear tabs are perfect for that. And I'm going to tell you a little secret that no one knows. Usually I do this with my sunwear, but if I'm gonna be out and it's super windy, everyone knows that I don't pin any of my wigs. Hi everyone, thank you to René Paris. Again, today we're talking about wig maintenance. I'm going over ear tabs. You don't really know I'm doing this if it's really, really windy, but what I do is I put them on the top. And you can't see this, but it's actually gone through one of the places that's capless here. So when you look at a wig, there's wefts and there's spaces in between. You can't tell that I've done that, but it's gone through a weft here and it's gone through a weft here. No one really ever questions why it's why it's like that. And I don't really mind, period. In the wind, if it were to be like 60 miles an hour, this is anchored on this side and this is anchored on this side. Sometimes I do it up here. And it's going through here, and it's going through here. Just a little tip on the ear tabs and keeping your glasses on. Second question. I have a high heat wig, and it's definitely hard to curl. Okay, so first of all, high heat is very different from your regular synthetic. So your regular synthetic wig, of course, you cannot, no heat. High heat, you can put heat on. However, there's a different, it's different than curling human hair, where you just curl it and you drop the curl and it's ready to go. Human hair is almost opposite that. And so I want you to do, if you need a tutorial, please go to our René Paris YouTube channel, or you can go to our grams that are, our grams that we have previous tutorials that you can view. And I know Abby, our wonderful Abby, she's our alopecia ambassador. She has a tutorial on on high heat curling. So just to answer really quickly so that you will go back to that tutorial to view. You have to be very careful, protect your hands if you're not used to using implements, because what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to curl it. You have to let the curl cool down to set the curl in and then let it go. So you want to protect your hands for sure. Like I said, go down to our grams that are there for later viewing. If not, go to René Appear's YouTube channel, and we do have several tutorials on how to work with high heat fiber. Next question, let me see here. How is everyone today? I missed you all. Okay, let me see. Do I have to wear a wig liner? No, you do not have to wear a wig liner. Going back to my beautiful friend Abby, she is on our Instagram as well. She doesn't wear a wig liner, and she has no hair. She chooses not to wear a wig liner. And when I say wig liner, I'm talking about the little liners that are stretchy material, come in different colors. These serve as great protectors against, if you have really sensitive skin, then you want to wear a wig liner. However, there's a lot of people that do not choose to wear wig liners, so the answer to that is it's personal preference. I know that on every tutorial that I've done, you see a wig liner. That's because I'm used to wearing a wig liner. That's how I was taught when I was really back in my 20s. They taught me to wear a wig liner. Back then my hair was really fine, so I really didn't have back then I was just thinking, how do I anchor this? How do I secure it? I used to call it anchor it, but how do I secure this? But that was just my way of keeping the wig in place. That's what made me feel comfortable. But it's not a have to, that's a choice that you're making. Okay. Does wig lace tear? Okay, so I'm just going to try to be, let me think how to explain this. Okay, so when you have a wig and it has lace front, it's very important for you to be really careful with the lace in any area, whether it's PM, whether it's monofilament, whether it's lace front. It's very important to be very gentle with lace, because lace is just a material. It doesn't mean that it's not. If you're rough with it, or if you're shampooing, you're too aggressive, or even when you're pulling off a lace piece, I don't pull from the lace. I always suggest to just lift here and then go back with it. But yes, lace will tear if you're not careful with it. So you have to be very gentle with lace whenever you're using lace, front, monofilament, PM. And if you want to know what PM and monofilament, all the different foundations, if you want a better description of all the foundations, excuse me, again, please go back to our YouTube channel. We have all that available for you for viewing. Alexander, our lead stylist, has awesome videos too. So please make sure, like I said, if you're new to René Paris, make sure you subscribe, follow us, so you're always in the know of what we're doing and tutorials that we have for later viewing. So I'm going to start with how to maintain your wigs, which is going to be a few different parts, and I'm going to show you a few demonstrations. But the most important thing that I can share with you if you're new to wigs, I always pay attention to how my wig comes to me. So here's just an example. This wig comes in a box, tissue paper. It's wrapped in a hairnet with a little bit of tissue paper on the inside. Very nicely, neatly packed. If you're not going to wear that wig for a while, then I would highly suggest that you store it this way, in a controlled environment. And I say that because if it's too hot or if it's too cold, then it can have cold set, meaning that it's there may be a bend in the hair. And again, we have explanations for all of that. I'm trying to just keep it very general in our other tutorials. as far as maintenance, when you first get your wig, a wig does have a lifespan. And I always share that with everyone I meet, because when people purchase a wig, they think that the wig is going to last forever. I always, my friend Jerry once told me, whenever you have a wig, if you're wearing the same wig forever, is it going to last forever? No, it's like a pair of shoes. If you wear the same pair of shoes every day, I'm sorry, I'm not really sure what that was. If you wear the same pair of shoes every day, it's not going to last forever. We have several pairs of shoes for different things, different occasions. So wigs are the same way. If you're going to wear the same wig every single day, depending on you, how you care for it, and if you use the proper products, if you shampoo it when you're supposed to, if you're very gentle with it, some wigs last, and this is just case by case, but they're designed to last maybe 4 to 5 months looking really nice. However, if you have, I'm really hard on my wigs. This is Angelica. If I wear this wig every single day, and I'm just going to take you through a little scenario. I decide to sleep in it. I use the wrong products in it. I cook around the stove in it. It could last me a month. It just really depends on how aggressive you are as far as your wear, how you brush it, how you separate the tangles. So I'm just going to go through what's really, really important. And the most important thing is to follow instructions. I know we just don't want to take the time to do it. But when we put instructions on our wigs, it's because there's a reason. There's a reason that let me see if you see that? Carrying instructions. This is just one of the tags that comes on the wigs. This says, hold upside down and shake. And this is really, really basic, but very, very important. A lot of times we get our wigs and we don't bring the life to it, meaning that we get it out of the box and we just put it on, and there's a weaving pattern, and we don't brush through it to kind of lift the fibers. They come really flat, and we have to use a wide tooth comb or a brush. This is our wide tooth comb. And you just want to comb through the wig to waken up the fibers, if you will. Loosen them up, kind of separate them from the foundation. And then once you do that, I really try my very best not to use a lot of implement. I try to use my fingers when I'm styling. So it's really important to just finger style. Those are our best implements. Kind of just finger style. And then if you have a longer style, remember to gently hold it and comb gently. I'm going to stand here so you can see this. I'm holding it by section, and I like to do this on me. A lot of people like to lay it on the counter, and I'm going to show you in just a little bit what not to do. But I'm just holding it in a section. I'm taking it and I'm just gently combing all the tangles out. And then I can do this side, and then I can go all the way around and do this. But I'm just being very gentle. I'm not holding it up here and doing this to it, because you don't want to pull, especially this piece. This is monofilament. This is PM. So this is very, very, very nice, as you can see. But you don't want to hold it like this and then just pull the hair out. Please don't do that. It is very important to follow the instructions. I know I say that all the time. And I know there's a lot of people that are seasoned wig wearers that'll tell you, you can wear this, you can do this, you can use that, you can use this. And maybe you can, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to endure, your fiber is going to endure what you're doing to it. Like if you're using the wrong products, if you're using a lot of product and you leave it in the wig. Let me give you an example. So this wig right here, this is an old one, but I keep it to show you. This has a lot of product in it. This has a lot of spray in it. And do not store your wigs like this. I keep this so that I can show what you don't want to do. You don't want to store it like this. This has tangles in it. It's dirty. You can see right here, and I do that on purpose so that you can see. Another thing that I always encourage you is if you're getting lighter pieces like this is bubble gum. If you're wearing bubble gums, blondes, moonstone, Illumina R, these dirty faster because we have transference from our fingers. So if you don't have time to be shampooing them regularly, purchase a couple of them. All my wigs are Illumina R or bubblegum, so I just keep 2 or 3 of them ready to go. So if I don't have time to shampoo them, I have extras. However, you do not want to store your wig like this because it will cut the lifespan of your wig. If you're not going to wear the wig for a while, please shampoo it, then store it the way I'm going to show you in just a minute, because it's so important for the quality. Quality. It's great quality, but so that you don't store it with all that extra hairspray and product that you've used in there. It's just not going to be a good thing. It's going to attract dust, and it's definitely going to cut the lifespan of your wig. Hi there, welcome to René Paris. Thank you. We are talking wig maintenance today. I am Daniella. Okay, so the other things that are going to cut the lifespan as far as maintenance, if you're thinking, okay, my wig, I have to really make sure that I take care of it so that it lasts me the longest. Shampooing is very, very important. Using the right products is very, very important. Staying away from heat, meaning that when you're cooking, we have a big holiday coming up. When you're cooking, if you're cooking by the oven, you want to make sure you open the oven door before that first burst of air hits you, because if you do not, if it hits you in this area, there's a chance that it'll singe the fiber. Curling irons, barbecue pits, ovens, blow dryers, all these things that your instructions say stay away from, there's a reason they're there. I know we don't like instructions. Sometimes we just don't want to take the time to read them because we're so excited to get the hair on, but we have to read those because they will help you keep your lifespan the best that you can keep it, as far as it'll last you as long as you take care of it. So the other is, when you are using product, you want to make sure, I know I said this earlier, but you want to make sure that you don't overuse product, a lot of hairspray and so forth, so that it doesn't attract dust, especially if you live in an area where it's high winds all the time and a lot of dust, a lot of dirt. There are, some places you don't have to worry about it. It really just depends where you live, climate and so forth. Climate has a lot to do with maintaining your style. If you are outside quite a bit, like if you work outside, if you're going in and out, in and out, in and out, and it's windy, the element, that affects the life of a wig span. If you're going to be outside all the time, your wig may not last as long. So just keep in mind those different, wear a hat if you feel like it's going to be really, really hot and windy. Wear a hat, or even a baseball cap is good to have. I know you've seen me do this live. If I'm going to be out and it's going to be super windy, and I know it's super windy because you know right away, I always keep one of these in my handbag. This is just a little hair scrunchie. And I just do this while I'm getting to where I'm going. It's a soft knot. It's not anything that's going to put a bend in it. I just put this to the side or to the back, however you wish. Until I get to where I'm going, and then I drop it down whenever I'm where I need to be or inside. But if I'm walking a few blocks, which is the norm, I can walk like sometimes a mile, and I have to make sure that my hair's not whipping everywhere. So again, I'm just taking this with fabric. I choose to use fabric because it doesn't affect the fibers, and then I drop it down whenever I'm inside and back where I need to be. Okay, I want to make sure I cover. Okay, I did forget to mention this, and this is going back to shampooing. Shampooing is very, very important, especially if you're working with a hand-tied piece or a monofilament piece. You only want to shampoo whenever you feel like you need to shampoo. So if you're not wearing the same wig every day, please make sure that you don't shampoo it, over shampoo it. If you're wearing the same piece every day, you shampoo it maybe every 15 wearings. If you're wearing a wig and you work out in it, you perspire a lot, you feel like, okay, I've worn it a week, and it, you know, let's be real, you get it and you're like, okay, it's time to shampoo this, girl. Shampoo it. Just remember, whenever you have monofilament, lace front, hand tied, you do not want to put the conditioner in this area from here down. You do want to separate the hair. You definitely want to air dry it, but I only use Revive from here down because you don't want, first of all, you don't want the knots to soften in the monofilament area, and you do not want to overuse Restore if, Revive, I'm sorry, let me get this. Revive, this is this product that I've told you. This is a leave-in conditioner. You don't want to overuse this because if you do, it's gonna make the piece flat. So you don't want that. You do not want that. We want nice volume that's ready to go. Effortless beauty, ready when you need it. The other is, when you do use a wig cap, this is a benefit of a wig cap. When you do use a wig liner, and you sweat a lot like I do. I sweat a lot right now. I know I've shared that with you, but if you have a liner on, it catches some of the perspiration, so it helps keep your wig clean, and then you can shampoo those and let them air dry as well. So that definitely helps in maintaining your wig and the lifespan. I went over heat exposure. Okay, so now I want to talk about when should I brush a wig? Okay, this is my this is my friend Dakota. She's a little mess. She's one of my teaching tools. However, this would definitely, she needs maintenance, but she doesn't need brushing. So usually people encourage you to brush when your wig looks like this. Please do not brush. You can separate this, and we do have tutorials on how to separate the hair, how to comb through it. I know they're on Instagram and René Paris. So if you want detailed instruction how to do this, please do not run a brush through this. This is a beautiful piece, and it can be brought back to its original look. It's going to take some time because you're actually going to just take a piece by piece, section by section, and reform the curl. But we actually show you exactly how to do this on YouTube. So go to YouTube, René Paris YouTube, and there is a tutorial on how to take out frizz and how to reform the curl. Hi everyone, welcome to René Paris. We are talking maintenance and hair, and then at the end I'm going to show you a wig that I've had for over 20 years. Okay, if you do use a brush, this is one of my favorite accessories to have in my backpack, because you can fold it. So if you do like a brush, and some of us do, this is the brush that I do use. And again, I'm just taking it on the ends here, kind of doing it from the side like that. Again, I'm not going to hold it up here. I mean, everyone has their preference as far as brushing, but like I said, the only thing that I would ever brush is something that has a really nice sleek look, or straighter style, smoother style in high heat, but never anything that has wave. I don't even put a brush to my breezy waves unless I'm I'm gonna make it straight. But just keep that in mind, please. If just because someone encourages you to brush a wig doesn't necessarily mean it's correct. Okay, so let me see here. I'm gonna move the camera. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit so I can show you how I store my wigs, because that's always a question that I do have. Okay, so bear with me here. I'm gonna take all these wigs with me. This is just a backpack. This is the backpack that I travel with. I'm not saying you have to put them in a backpack. I'm just showing you how I actually do it, because that's a question that I get so many times. Like, how do you fit as many as you can with you? Because I do share on my Instagram that I'd rather leave or go anywhere that I have to with a bag of wigs than any clothes, because it's just the perfect accessory. So what I have here is, this is my backpack. It opens. And I'm going to start off with just regular tissue paper. If you have the tissue paper from your boxes, like I showed you earlier, if you just wanted to take this with you, you could use this paper. You could actually just take this out. I always turn my pieces inside out. I know she doesn't look great, but I can always shampoo her when I get to my destination. Then I put down another piece of paper, tissue paper. This is my updo that I leave that way. That's not the best either, but this is an old wig, so I've shared before I start doing updos with my older pieces, because this is kind of worn and a little bit frizzy, and it helps with volume, so I leave it that way. This is another piece, and I'm just going to turn it inside out, which I usually do with all my pieces. And then I just wrap it with tissue paper. You always want to make sure that the ends are not, that they're tucked and in the tissue paper. Okay, so this is just my personal choice. This is breathable material, and it fits in here. And the reason I do it this way is because if I'm going to a certain destination, I don't want to lose my wigs. I want my wigs to be there with me. And it's very, very important to make sure not to put them in plastic. Welcome to René Paris. Thank you for being with us today. We were going over wig maintenance. If it's a little late, make sure you view later. We'll put this on our Instagram for later viewing. Going over wig maintenance. Again, that's just my way, my own personal way of storing my pieces when I'm going to travel. The reason I like doing it like that is I don't want to lose my wigs, number one. Number two, wigs are the most important accessory for me to have with me. I can purchase clothes anywhere. My wigs have to be with me. Number two, there's no plastic in there. I know some people like traveling with their wigs in plastic. This is my way of, my personal choice of traveling with them. And the other is, I was going to show you, this is a surprise. This is just a wig that I have had. When I share with you that I love René Paris products, wigs, the Amores, the Norikos, it's because it's exceptional quality. This is from my own personal vault. This is not, this is a wig that I have had in my, what I call my personal wig vault, because it's my wig vault. And I actually do have a wig vault with many pieces. This is old René Paris. If you're a wig shop and you're watching, you remember this box. It's aged, okay? Please remember, it's over 20 years old. That doesn't mean that all the wigs are gonna last 20 years old. This has been in temperature control. It's a vault that I have, and I started saving wigs when I was like 5 to 7. And I just want you to see that as I take this wig out, and we're going to be showing more of these down the road. As I take this out, it is in mint condition. This is, again, this is just, I know I get excited when I share about the quality of our fiber, but again, this does not mean that every wig would last this long. I just want you to know what's possible if you take really good care. I mean, look at this stretch. Everything's still good, intact, beautiful fiber. Let me turn it inside out so you can see this. This has to be, I've been married 20 years. And this is years before that. So this is just an idea of what is possible if you definitely maintain a piece. However, wigs are designed to last 4 to 5 months. However, if you want to just save one in a box, like if you know it's a limited edition, just get it and wrap it really good, and let's just see what happens. That one, they didn't all last like that, but that one just happened to make it, and it's over 20 years old. So I hope you enjoyed us. I hope you enjoyed your live stream with me today. I hope I taught you something. Again, it's very basic. I know. I hope I answered your questions. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next week. Thank you.